Hello and welcome to Siyasat TV. I'm Sumayya Junaid Ahmed bringing you the news. Here are the headlines. Farmers block key highways in Haryana during Chakka Jam, Delhi on high alert. Indian judiciary has always stood for people, national interest, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India is the fastest country to reach 5 million COVID vaccination mark, says Centre. Union budget boosts development, says Suresh Prabhu. Fuel prices reach all-time high in Hyderabad. United States to provoke terrorist designation of Houthis citing famine in Yemen. Oxford trials suggest that AstraZeneca COVID-19 shot protects against variant. Let's begin with our top story. The nationwide 3-hour Chakka Jam blocked off national and state highways by the farmers protesting against the centre's farm laws started with high alert in Delhi today. A group of farmers have blocked the highway at Haryana's Palwal. The farmers have said there will be a blockade in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand in case they are called to Delhi. In Bengaluru, 30 people have been taken into preventive custody. Moving on to our next story, the national capital has fortified itself for protests that it may not officially witness today. 10 days after unprecedented violence during Farmers' Tractor Rally marred India's Republic Day celebrations in parts of Delhi, the protesters are observing a 3-hour Chakka Jam beginning from noon across the country, except in Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and in the city. Authorities, however, are taking no chances. The block called by Samyukt Kisan Morcha demanding the withdrawal of three contentious central farm laws is being observed along major national and state highways across the country. Nevertheless, extra security has been deployed and barricades strengthened, which may potentially lead to traffic congestion on many key Delhi roads. Extensive measures have been undertaken at the three key protest sites around Delhi, Singhu, Thikri and Ghazipur. At Ghazipur, even water cannon vehicles deployed. The Thikri border point has been fortified with some 20 layers of hurdles, including barbed wires, concrete blocks, net. Even the narrowest of roads leading to or from the area have been blocked. The Red Fort area, the biggest point of disturbance on Republic Day, has also received particular focus. Around 50,000 police, paramilitary and reserve forces personnel have been deployed overall in Delhi NCR region, while at least 12 metro stations have been put on alert. Entry into 8 such stations has been blocked. Moving on, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today hailed India's judiciary as an institution that has always, as its duty, stood for people's right and prioritized national interest. Commemorating the Diamond Jubilee of the Gujarat High Court, he sought to connect the country's civilizational roots in the rule of law and his own government oft-repeated mantra of good governance. The Prime Minister congratulated the Gujarat High Court for always working towards securing truth and justice in the country. The duty and devotion with which it has acted for justice has strengthened the judicial system and democracy. India has become the first country in the world to reach 5 million COVID-19 vaccination mark in just 21 days, the Union Health Ministry said, as nearly 53 lakh beneficiaries have been administered shot under the countrywide inoculation exercise till Friday evening. The United States of America, the United Kingdom and Israel have reached 5 million vaccinations in 24, 43 and 45 simultaneous days respectively. A total of 52,90,474 beneficiaries were vaccinated through 1,04,781 sessions as per the provisional report comprising data collected by Friday 6 p.m. The ministry further said total 22 deaths have been recorded till date and none of these deaths have been causally linked with COVID-19 vaccination. Let's bring you the latest on the COVID figures in the country. India's COVID-19 tally caseload crossed 1.8 crore mark with 11,713 new coronavirus cases and 95 deaths reported in the past 24 hours. Remember, this is the government data shared by the Health Ministry coming up early this morning amid concerns of the third wave. More than 14,448 people successfully fought off the viral disease, taking the overall recoveries to 1,510,796. The country now has 1,814,304 cases and more than 1,54,000 lives lost due to COVID-19. Whereas Telangana recorded 161 new COVID-19 cases and 1 fatality. Let's shift our focus to Telangana, where former Union Minister Suresh Prabhu and Sujana Chaudhary said that Union budget has laid the foundation to give boost for the double-digit growth and welfare for all sections of people. Addressing media on Friday, Suresh Prabhu said that stagnation in the economy had been witnessed across the globe due to COVID-19 impact and the world economy was contracted. Even the largest economy like United States has faced the same issues and India is no exception. This has resulted in negative growth rate last year. Further, the budget has the component which lays ground to trigger growth as well as taking care of all the welfare of all sections of people. A 16-year-old student committed suicide after being scolded by the school teacher. The incident occurred at Kulakacharala Mandal of Vikharabad district on Friday. The boy Hari Krishna was studying 10th standard at a private school in Kulakacharala. It is learned that the boy was scolded by his teacher Ramesh in front of his classmate, following which he went into depression. He hanged himself at a home in the absence of his parents. Based on the complaint lodged by the boy's parent, the police registered a case and the teacher is being questioned. The schools across Telangana were reopened on 1st of February after 9 months for class 9th and 10th students. The death of the boy came as shocker to the parents nearly a week after the school reopened. The upward trend of fuel prices continues and touched the highest ever in Hyderabad. On Friday, petrol was priced at Rs 90.42 per litre and diesel at Rs 84.14 per litre respectively. Following the daily revision of fuel prices, petrol prices increased by 65 paise per litre while the price of diesel rose by 68 paise. According to the Telangana Petroleum Dealers Association, for the first time in Hyderabad, the petrol price has crossed Rs 90 mark and diesel price shot up to Rs 84 per litre. The fuel pricing dealers pointed out was going up steadily and slipping beyond the common man's reach. Rajiv Amaram, Joint Secretary, South Consortium of Indian Petroleum Dealers, said that the government can reduce excise duties to make fuel affordable for cheaper for the public. Moving on to our international news, the United States intend to revoke the terrorist designation for Yemen's Houthi movement in response to the country's humanitarian crisis, reversing one of the most criticized last-minute decisions of the Trump administration. The reversal, confirmed by the State Department official on Friday, comes a day after President Joe Biden declared a halt on U.S. support for Saudi Arabia-led military campaign in Yemen, widely seen as proxy conflict between Saudi Arabia and Iran. The United Nations on Friday also welcomed Washington's plan to revoke the U.S. terrorist designation for Yemen's Houthi group, as it will provide profound relief to millions of Yemenis who rely on humanitarian assistance and commercial import to meet their basic survival needs. Just days before his term in office ended on 20th of January, then United States President Donald Trump designated the Houthis a foreign terrorist organization, effectively barring United States citizens and entities from interacting financially with the group. And over the last month, protests at a university overlooking the Bosphorus have spiraled into a challenge that Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has compared with nationwide demonstrations that threatened his government 8 years ago. Students' outcry against government-appointed rector at Bogazici University, one of Turkey's most prestigious, has also spiraled into international arena, jeopardizing Erdogan's effort to build bridges with new administration in Washington, D.C. and repair relations with the European Union. Erdogan has been seeking to present a reforming front to the outside world following President Joe Biden's election win in bid to smooth over long-standing disputes between Turkey and the United States. Alright, Donald Trump should not continue to receive intelligence briefings normally available to former president because of his erratic behavior, President Joe Biden said in a US media interview. Questions had been raised during Trump's presidency about his ability to keep sensitive US intelligence secret. Joe Biden has said Donald Trump was unfit to be president, and in Friday's CBS interview cited Trump's erratic behavior unrelated to the insurrection, a reference of 6th of January attack on the US Capitol by Trump political supporters. Asked by the interviewer whether Trump should continue to receive the top-level US intelligence, Biden said, "I think not." Oxford researchers have said Oxford University and AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine has similar efficacy against the British coronavirus variant as it does to the previously circulated variants. According to a preliminary trial, the university, which developed the jab with the British-Swedish pharmaceutical firm, said an ongoing assessment of its effectiveness showed that it has similar efficacy to other coronavirus strains. The analysis, which relied on samples taken between October and mid-January, also indicated the short reduced duration of shedding and viral load, which may translate into reduced virus transmission. The preliminary findings, which still needs to be peer-reviewed, are the first report on the efficacy of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine against the new variant. Before we wrap up our bulletin, let's have a look on our headlines. Farmers block key highways in Haryana during Chakka Jam, Delhi on high alert. Indian judiciary has always stood for people, national interest, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India is the fastest country to reach 5 million COVID vaccination mark, says Centre. Union budget boosts development, says Suresh Prabhu. Fuel prices reach all-time high in Hyderabad. United States to provoke terrorist designation of Houthis citing famine in Yemen. Oxford trial suggests that AstraZeneca COVID-19 shot protects against variant. These were all the updates. More news on the other side. Thank you for your time. For more news, stay tuned to Siyasat TV.